Really?
Alexa, stop. Alexa randomly just gave me a coffee joke. Alexa, stop.
Yeah.
Then
I'm
he's giving
tired.
me
I'm
a
getting all
Terminator
delirious.
joke. I don't even understand what is happening.
Three sisters with stories to tell. Books in our hands, we know them well. Flipping pages where dreams dwell. Chapter one, here you go. Turn the light, let the words flow. Laughs and love in every show. Books, sweethearts, we grow.
Welcome back to the Sister Show Banter. We are on the final episode of the Games Gods Play and excited to get into this one and our predictions on the next book and get all of the fun chats started. Yeah, I think goes without saying, but I'll say it again that the next round will be better and we're learning, and we had a fun weekend going back and watching and cringing and laughing.
Making fun of ourselves.
Yes. So yeah, it'll be nice to start fresh on the next book and feel better about all the content that's about to be consumed.
And if you have made it this far, thank you for watching these experiments.
We are excited to hopefully build somewhat of an audience and start putting the feedback and all of that, getting some critiques maybe and and
We
communication.
have our one.
Yes. Yes.
We need
They
to-
are important.
We need to send her this video and
Yeah.
see if she thinks we did better.
Yes,
Yeah. Well, I think she went to sleep before we showed her the most recent episodes. So
we did not see any improvements.
She saw like 1 1/3, and she's like, all right, I'm going to go take a nap.
So let's jump into the shelf shakedown.
See,
Now
it's
I
not
can
just
say
me.
it. I
Yes.
know. We'll jump into shelf shakedown from Christy. Rapid recap of the last episode.
Rapid recap. Okay, so the last section, we start off with being very steamy and then very cold. Hades decides to push Lyra all the way away and she's going to disappear. And she then got turned down by all the other champions for help. She went into Athena's challenge, and Lyra was tested because she kept pushing Athena's temper, and Dex was in a weird creepy child state, like evil murder child state. In the challenge, they had to survive an underground maze filled with different kinds of evil bugs. Mika ends up winning, but Dex snapped her neck and killed her. And then, of course, he goes after Lyra next, and Kai ends up killing Dex, and he's not built for that. So he's in turmoil. And because Lyra insulted Athena so many times by calling her a monster, she gets put in fancy jail. So she's protected from Athena and helps keep her away from Hades because she's pissed at him. And we ended this with Lyra blabbing to anybody she can about Persephone, which is supposed to be a secret. And she met with Hades to take her to the next challenge, labor. And then what happens next? We don't know. We're about to go over it.
Perfect. Yeah, I can't think of really anything else to add to that. A lot really happened last time. All right, so moving into sister takes, and this week Ashley's gonna give her hand at the note section and see if any magic happens.
We'll see what happens. No promises
You got
of
this.
glory. So we start with Zeus's labor, which is the final labor, and he throws all kinds of curveballs out there. And so this one now will equate to 3 wins. If you win, it's a winner take all at this point. So it doesn't matter how many wins, losses, any of that. If you win this labor, you win everything. Because of how the points are currently, winner take all, which I don't know about you guys, but I found that to be really shady.
Yeah, right. It was obviously to be to his person's advantage.
Yeah.
And the win was why.
And it was obvious before it was even announced. They're talking about how is he in such a good mood?
It was so serene, which is never.
So yeah.
Yeah. And then they start to realize it's literally Zeus and them. No one else is there now. And Zeus makes a point to say, your gods will not be here. The daemons will not be here. Like, you guys are 100% on your own. And there are 3 gates that you guys have to get through. Once you get whoever gets through the 3rd one first is the winner. And so, of course, everyone starts looking around and they're like, wait a second, the daemons aren't here. Like, they're the refs. So anybody that's ever seen a sporting event can't have one without a ref, or chaos ensues, which essentially seems to be what will end up happening. Like, there's no way around that. There will be chaos.
They do start off this labor thinking, like, I can't win. That guy can't win. That person can only tie. And
Yeah.
but like you start out really hopeless in a lot of these situations. And nobody trusts
Well,
Zeus.
everybody's got to be in, I just want to survive this mode. Like, I'm not here to like trip anybody up. I'm not here to try and murder anybody. I just want to make it through alive. And there were only 2 people that could technically win at that point. And that's only because like Zai could have tied or Samuel could have won, right? Wasn't it Samuel?
Diego,
Samuel could have tied.
Sam.
Okay.
Because they say
So,
he can't. No, actually, Samuel couldn't win or tie. He can't win or even tie at this point. So she's like super suspicious of
okay.
why Zeus looks so calm because obviously he wants to stay king of the
Yeah.
gods.
Yeah. And when I was reading this, I was trying to do the math back in my head too. And I was like, say, I'm glad you said that again. So once he gives them the rules, you can use your gifts and your winnings that you've gotten throughout the different labors, but you can't skip any portion of the challenge. You have to go through all 3 gates. There's no flying over gates to get to the next one. You have to endure everything. So as soon as he says that, he poofs and the ground starts shaking and they hear the loud roar, and all of a sudden they see the Minotaur's face kind of pop out, and he's trying to crawl of hell itself, it seems. I don't know how you guys felt about that, but he's crawling out in this big crevice. They're in Death Valley. Whether you're from the States or not, you've heard about Death Valley. The name says it all. Like, it's hell on earth. And they've got this big friggin' Minotaur trying to gallop out. Do you guys see the part where it's describing his hooves? Like, he can't get his hooves over.
Yeah, I
So,
definitely that picturing the Minotaur trying to crawl out of the crevice is humorous.
yeah. Well, and I think I said it in either the last episode or the one right before that. Like, her imagery when she was writing this part of the book is just so much better. And like, I'm on the plane reading this and I'm like, yeah, like, this is getting really good.
I think maybe also your mindset, because I feel like it's been consistent.
Yeah, but like the middle part was just like
It was more
labor after
spread out,
labor.
right? Like the first part more spread out. Now it's all compact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get very
There's
fast.
chaos in it. Like, there's always just
Yeah.
ping, 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 ping. And my brain's like,
You get the
yes, all the
climax
pings.
at the
You
end.
would.
I wanted to point out that Lyra's brain, like as soon as he says, like you get 3 points for winning, or it counts as 3 wins to your total score. Her mindset changes so much from I just have to survive, like I just want to survive and get the heck out of here. And then it's like, oh my gosh, like I can win. I could do this for Boone. I could do this for Persephone. I could do it for Hades. And she's like, no, not for him. We're mad at him.
Yeah.
For
I
herself.
did chuckle at that.
So I enjoyed that, like reading that revelation of her coming to the realization that things are changing now and she needs to run like hell. What did she say? I liked it. The monsters. She expects it to like for lava to erupt or there to be steam since it's monsters, or for something to climb out, but then it's like slow and she hears the snort. But she says about movies, monsters. Where is it? Shoot, where was it? Maybe it's in the next chapter. But she says, like, I've seen monster movies. Like, I know I'm not going to go look in that crevice to see what's going down. Like, that's not a
Right.
good idea. Yeah. Like, I'm going to go the other direction and start running.
She says, we glance at one another. No way is any of us foolish enough to go stick our heads over the edge and look down. That's the first rule in a monster movie 101 survival guide.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know why I could not find that.
You know, and when I was reading that, I was thinking of God help you if you don't know this movie reference, but in the Scream trilogy with Neve Campbell, and she even makes the comment, she's like, why is it always the big breasted chick running up the stairs instead of out the door? Like that's what I was thinking when she was
Think
saying that.
yourself.
Like, yeah. I was like, come on now. Like, we're
Yeah,
not going
what-
to be that person.
We just watched what movie this I know what you did.
I know you did last summer. The
Same
new one.
thing. I'm like, come on, guys. Like,
Yeah.
why are we
There were a
doing
couple
this?
parts and I was like, no, even though it's still really, it was a really good movie in the scare horror, like the jump out and scare you. You're like, ew, I know what's coming, but like, it was great. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Highly
Well, we know
recommend if you guys
better.
haven't watched it.
We know better. We're not going to go after the bad guy. We're not going to go investigate. We're going to get the heck out.
Yeah, run.
Honestly, now I will say, and I only say this because I have thought there was an intruder once, but I definitely grabbed a gun and looked. Like, I didn't just,
At least you were armed.
yeah, I at least armed myself. I didn't just peek around corners, be like, yoo-hoo. But Hannah's right. I digress. But it was a good comment. Okay. So she hears the snort and they see what looks to be like a big bull trying to come out, which of course in this world can only be the Minotaur. And Samuel hands Lyra her axe that appeared to him the night before. Well, she already has hers, and Hades already showed her that he had the pair way earlier in the penthouse, and he got it from Odin. Like, it's only a pair. So something had to have happened. We don't have any proof yet
Sketchy answers.
that it was stolen.
Mhm.
But considering his god, I think we were all in the same place. And so now she has the pair. And we don't really find out what happens yet, but it's pretty cool.
Zeus
And
stole
so she's
it
already-
and gave it to Samuel. She said.
Say it again?
Zeus stole it and gave it to Samuel.
Yes.
What's this?
I mean,
And
we
also
all know that's what happened.
Samuel being like, this belongs to you.
He's a good
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
He's saying, and now he has one hand. And he's still a good guy.
He really probably could have used that.
But I mean, he probably didn't
Wait,
have
he didn't get his
a
hand
hand
back?
hold on
Did
to
I
it.
miss that part?
Yeah, but the snappy,
Yeah.
the thing you had to
I remember
explain
him
to us what
losing it.
was, the Chimerian, the
The chimera?
chinchilla. It's like Ada's
The
hand.
chinchilla? If a chinchilla eats your hand off. I thought he got his hand back, but maybe I
Now
glazed
Terry
over that.
Garland.
I don't remember that.
I think it explained
Which-
it again. Like Samuel was here,
Which-
but
Well, while you look that up, so she's already thinking in her mind, like, this fool cheated and tried to give him a leg up, stole from Hades, which is ballsy considering we already know all the gods are terrified of Hades. Like,
Mhm.
even Zeus, because otherwise Zeus wouldn't behave the way he does.
Right.
We haven't seen the terror yet, but like, we know.
he's obviously threatened.
Yeah. So Lyra decides, okay, I've got some dragon, I almost said dinosaur bones. I got some dragon teeth left.
Human molars.
And last labor, pulling out all the stops. So
That was clever
and
of her to
death.
remember those. And like
it was.
Mhm.
they are incredibly helpful. I'm surprised they haven't gotten used up yet.
Right. Well, and Death Valley being Death Valley, she can't dig. So she just throws them at a crevice and I was like, I really hope that works. Because it takes a
And
few
all
minutes
of
for them to
them.
grow anyways.
But
Yeah.
it's
Like,
like
now I'm going to test
51.
one out and see how it goes. Throw
Yeah,
in the
she's like,
crevice.
"Shirk."
She didn't even
like-
have like some water to sprinkle on him.
Yeah. I remember
I
going
mean,
back to that thinking like, did she really use all of them?
That was a choice.
There definitely had to be a little bit of panic in there. But like, if there was a big minotaur coming out of the
Sure.
belly
yeah, she's
of
already like
Death
stopping
Valley.
when it's already climbing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have just thrown
Um,
in mine and like, I hope that works. I'm running.
So as she's doing this, the Minotaur finally, he pops out and makes eye contact with his death soulless black eyes and charges straight for her. And unbeknownst to us why, but all of a sudden her two now axes come up. I'm assuming like this. Did you guys picture that too? Where it was like,
Yeah.
and there's, like that. Good maybe it was just me being smart, okay? Like, dang,
Oh.
Hannah's got to ruin it all.
I wasn't making fun. Oh, because it's on the book.
Yeah. No, Christy and
It's
I were
not
on the same
indicating that it's
wavelength
going to have like
there.
a force field shooting out of it.
Yeah. So the force field pops up, and as the Minotaur hits the force field, they're both just thrown back because she doesn't realize what's going on. There's no planting of the feet to attempt anything. And they both just fling in opposite directions. And so that's when Jackie and Zai try to come and help with their feathered feet and wings of some kind. I never really
Hold on, real
visualized
quick.
her very well.
Real quick, do we think that Zeus probably like charmed them or like did something to the creatures? Because it doesn't talk about minotaurs already, anywhere else. But do you think they're just naturally that aggressive? Because her describing its eyes, like the cold, glossy black eyes with no whites, you could feel maybe Zeus did something to it to make it extra aggressive.
Couldn't decide.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
I will say, like, jumping a little bit ahead, it would make sense because then they're, like, communicating with one another,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's Zeus, so
I mean, I
Because
give
like
him no
Athena did
benefit
it.
of any doubt.
Athena did stuff like this and she got away with it. I can do it too. The thing
So-
is, all the descriptions of the Minotaur, though, is like disgusting. So gross.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
sorry.
just imagine snot flying out of his nose with his
Not like
little
his nose is just drippy.
nose ring.
And he's
Yeah.
like, sorry, like a pug. That was a cute face. That's going to be on the internet.
Yeah. Okay. So then the bone soldiers actually do, grow or appear or whatever. And she tells them to protect them from all of the monsters, which great word choice there. Because once they fulfill whatever their order is, like that's it, one and done. So kudos to her, in my opinion. And so they are attacking the Minotaur as everybody's trying to run for these gates. And they're trying to close the gates, and it's not really working until all of a sudden, once everybody gets through, and I think two of the bone soldiers also get through the gate, then the gate slams shut. So they have surmised that, okay, we all have to get through or we won't be able to close these gates, and whatever's in this realm is going to follow us into the next one if someone doesn't make it or whatever. Like,
Do we think that
no
if
man left behind.
Jackie and Zai were not as selfless as they are, that they would have just flown through the first two and left everybody? Because,
right?
I mean, they obviously could fly high enough to get out of reach.
Yeah.
And maybe the next thing could maybe get them, but the Minotaur wouldn't be able to get them.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It would be interesting if because you couldn't get to the next one without, so they would have had to double back anyways. But I also found it interesting that they didn't actually have to, like, kill the beast or, like, do anything, but just get away from
Avoid
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't very Zeus-like.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
thought it
like
was
you have
very
to defeat the
lackluster.
secret. You just have to get through.
Especially
Yeah.
when they have these types of gifts. Like, oh, I'm just gonna fly on through. There's no extra. I mean, obviously it's challenging, but there's no extra challenge to it than just
I think
Like,
his
I'm
goal was
not
to get them all to the last one.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
And I'm not surprised by Zai's behavior. Jackie, I feel like, is a wild card because she
Yeah.
did do that in that cave one. She just straight flew off.
Go it alone, guys.
Yeah. And like, she could have won everything.
Mhm.
So there's nothing to say. I know she would have had to dip down because there was like an arch to get through the gate itself, but it doesn't really explain like one gate doesn't open until the other gate closes,
Right.
which that might have been a thing and maybe that was just left out or I missed it, but
No, he didn't say that. It's also like makes it even more interesting because they can all win now. So
yeah.
and added like they're still doubling back like without hesitation.
Yeah.
Even
It's
though
really been like a dog eat dog world. Like everybody's going at it alone because we could win.
Well, and I do think that Dex was kind of the instigator of all things evil.
For
like
sure.
he was the one that was like coming up with the groups and like
Yeah.
getting them to single
But
people out.
there's-
So like
They're still all on the same page supposedly about not wanting Lyra to win. So
Yeah.
it's
New
still
fire world.
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna
Two of the
Call it
skeletons
on
did
that
end
one.
up carrying a couple of them. So they
Yeah.
I think Rima and Amir, they carried them.
Yes. Because they were like the last ones.
And
Okay.
they barely
So
made it.
gates close. And now they're in the second part, which I thought this was cool. So out of nowhere, tentacles start popping out of a new crevice. So again, it's the same kind of scene, but now it's creepier because now you've got these tentacles of different sizes and whatnot just coming at you. Lo and behold, it's actually a kraken. Anybody think that was weird that they put a kraken in the desert?
I feel that
So
these
random.
monsters are different than the monsters in my head of like what a
Well-
kraken is.
Well, a kraken, like, it's a sea monster.
Yeah, like in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It looks like a giant like octopus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is
And
like
it is described that way.
an octopus man,
Well, so is the
Woman.
Kraken.
but it's humanoid, so it's weird.
Yeah. So that
But
part was
the
weird.
Pirates of the Caribbean is humanoid too.
You're thinking about
Yeah.
David Jones or whatever.
Davy Jones.
But
Yeah.
Davy Jones, you're
And
right.
part of it, one of the ships gets,
Wait, that is actually interesting because Davy Jones also has tentacles. I was thinking of it this whole time as
Roaches.
Davy Jones.
No.
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But
But
he's
it
not
wasn't the Kraken. Yeah. Interesting.
the
Yeah, no,
first-
I was just picturing Davy Jones this whole time. We're reading this.
You didn't mention that the bull, like, so I kind of expected once the other labor's over that the monster will kind of disappear. And then,
Yeah.
like, after it didn't, I'm worried, like, is this thing going to bust through the walls? Because it's just, like, bellowing and pacing the walls, trying to figure a way to get through. And I'm like, that's something that
Yeah.
Zeus would do. He would let them bust through.
That's true. And I think it talks about, is it Trinica that has she can see the like,
Jackie. She can see
Jackie.
enchantments, like, through enchantments.
yeah. And there are like walls that they can't see.
They're like glamour
Essentially.
to look like they're still
Yeah.
just the president.
So when these doors close, they're in a room, so to speak. But you can still, like, they can hear the Minotaur, like, huffing and puffing and trying to blow the house down. And it's just not working. But so the Kraken appears, and, Lyra's like telling everybody just scatter. She's got all these tentacles. We all have to scatter, or she's going to take us all out.
And Day decides to go towards it.
Didn't really understand that, and they didn't really elaborate. So, like,
Like, did we really think it would be one tentacle?
yeah.
I'm like, we think out this one tentacle will be good. Like, let's go, guys.
It was like
That
a
was not well
earthworm.
thought out. He did not get the monster memo. Don't go towards the monster and look at the
No.
dog.
Right.
Did not. So as everybody's scattering, they realize that the Kraken is actually communicating in its weirdo monster language with the Minotaur somehow, some way. Not really sure if that's normal or if that's an enchantment for this too. They don't
but
really
back
go
to
into that either.
Back to Christy's point, it's like, okay, so are they about to like team up somehow and like get him through? What is that going to lead to?
I kept thinking that the Kraken's tentacle was gonna like rip the door open and let the
Yeah.
Minotaur in. And I was like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Like, keep
No
going. So battle ensues. They're doing everything they can to, attack the tentacles because can't really do much else and run toward the next door. And Jackie saves Lyra at one point, right before she's about to be knocked to high heaven by a tentacle, and flies her to the gate. And then they all get through, which was kind of anticlimactic in my opinion. Like, it was like, oh, she flies her over, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, everybody got through. It's like, okay, so the Kraken isn't really that scary. Cool.
The imagery, at least, was really good. Like, I am disgusted by this monster.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
oh. I don't know, I can't even picture it. I kind of want to draw a picture of it, but it's got like the teeth, and she's like, I think it's smiling or whatever, tilting its head.
Well, it's
Yes,
just like
she does.
holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those eyes and ears and
Yeah.
She
Yeah, she
probably
did a really good
has
job of
the
that.
face of an octopi.
Yeah, but with sharp teeth.
Yeah.
That's how it describes it. Like, the face is like an octopus. An octopi.
I know. I went to say like octopi and then I added like a octopi. Don't let it go.
Let
Let me
it
just
go.
get one by you guys. Just one. Okay.
We wouldn't have sister banter if we didn't.
I know.
Okay. We're aware.
So they all get through, the door slams shut, and it is absolute pitch blackness. And everyone's like, WTF? Like, what do we do? And Trinika asks her, she uses her gift of, I don't know what that little thing is, but her magic 8 ball is what I picture it as. She gets asked one question a day and it will tell her whatever it is she asks. And so she asks how to
The
get
stone
through.
of a mythical.
I believe you. She asks how to get through this part of the labor safely. And all it says is don't listen, which was ominous AF in my opinion. I was just like, don't listen.
Literally nobody was like,
What a
Right.
perfect
Like my
time
fingers,
to use that gift.
yeah, like my fingers would have been in my ears so hard, like they would have been bleeding at that point. Like I'm going deaf. And then all of a sudden they hear singing, which as soon as they said that, I was like, like it clicked immediately for me because what else sings like that except for sirens?
don't
Yeah.
listen. I think they missed like the whole ear plugging because they're like, what? Don't listen to what? I don't hear
Yeah.
anything.
And then like the very first note, like cover your ears.
Yeah.
Like that's your trigger.
They went into like deep think mode instead of reactionary, like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm not like Lyra should have started humming as she's plugging her ears, like all the things.
Yes.
Okay, so
So
it's everybody but Lyra, Jackie, and Samuel get pulled by the song. Jackie, because she can see through. Is that like, you think that's her gift that made it where she didn't get like entranced by the siren song?
Yeah. It's
I think so. I think that was the assumption.
And it makes her really like Samuel, Zeus's champion. Not being
Again.
affected by it is super suspicious.
But I did find it really weird that
Oh,
Jackie's
Jackie
gift
says.
would.
Yeah,
Well, so-
Lyra's like, this is confusing. Jackie's blessing is to see through enchantment, so I guess she's protected from the siren. But Samuel,
But
that's
Jackie
what's weird.
says that explains the color of your eyes today. You've been glamored.
I didn't even get that. He has no idea. I don't know why I missed that. She tells him he's glamored, and why didn't she say that earlier? Like when they were starting. Hey, hi Samuel, glamored.
Well,
Jackie.
and technically her gift is to protect her from enchantments and whatnot, but the sirens weren't enchanted. They were real. Like, so I feel like it's a weird technicality that her gift to see through enchantments even worked
Right.
because the sirens, that is their true gift, not like, I guess it might be an
Maybe
enchantment
it
on their
protects
end.
her from also being like susceptible to things.
It was really weird. Like that was the one
Technicality.
part I was like going back and forth and like I kept trying to
Mhm.
reread and be like,
Yeah,
I don't
he doesn't
like
say
why
much
is it
at all.
working?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of sirens, but
I
fine.
don't want to mess with them. Don't want to mess with them.
Yeah.
Lyra finally gets to use one of her things. The one thing maybe she's earned more than one thing. But
Yeah.
the thing she used in labor, the tears of Eos.
Yeah. That
And
she
she can
joked
see.
would have a punishment with it.
I would get the one thing that like
Yeah.
it's gonna make it where I can't see afterwards. And then she gets that, so like she has this benefit of that she can see and she's not affected by the siren song. What a
Mhm.
Yeah.
wonderful-
And honestly though, because of the byplay earlier about her having like it's not gonna last forever and whatnot, the whole rest of this labor, I'm like, hurry up, or it's gonna
Yeah.
go all black. And
Same.
like you're gonna be disoriented, like, hurry up, let's go. Like
Why
right,
do you
why you just
faster?
taking
They
your
said it was
time?
love song.
Right.
I was thinking that she didn't like say anything, like write anything like that. Like she was like stressed or had any anxiety about this is gonna end.
And she's actually kind of like moving slowly around. I'm like, she even says I'm moving slowly. Like she's just trying to investigate. Like why are the other two? Like why are they running over there? What are they doing? There aren't any monsters. Nothing's showing
Mhm.
up. What is gonna happen?
Yeah.
And then flash from the sky. Sirens. They're super quick. Why do they
Yeah.
prefer the sky? Like what? I thought sirens more like I always picture them like mermaids, but they're sky sirens. What are these monsters?
I also always picture them as mermaids.
Picture them as mermaids, but I always pictured them
Well, it's a sailor thing, right? They lure sailors to their death.
to
With
the
their siren
rocks.
song.
Yeah. I always pictured them as like what's the Tom Hanks movie with Wilson? Castaway. I always pictured them as like castaway chicks, but like really good looking chicks with a beautiful voice. And so these lonely pirates are like, oh my gosh, land, ho, literally, pun intended. Okay, so yeah, all of a sudden there's like these big cracks. I pictured lightning strikes when they were doing this, and then like people are disappearing. So essentially, sirens are popping down super quick, grabbing their assigned person that they have enchanted and taking them off to who knows where.
And Lyra's like
Wherever
really
they're,
desperately trying to help, but she's like, they're too fast. I can't figure out how
yeah,
to help.
yeah. And so everybody is gone except for Samuel because of his shield. They couldn't see him initially. And then Lyra, which we're not exactly sure yet why, but I'm sure we all are kind of like guessing a little bit. And then all of a sudden, now Samuel's gone, and it's just Lyra, and there's a siren there, and she's like, they're basically, I picture them face to face, like she's holding her breath, so because the siren clearly cannot physically see her. And she even states, I sense you, mortal. Why can't I see you? And so, Lyra's like, "Oh, well, if I go back on my mythology, it lends to the thought of their greatest desire is, or I should say, the human's greatest desire is love, which is what draws them in. And as she's looking at this siren, and she notices through her facial features and how she's communicating that the reciprocal is also the same. So the sirens also desperately desired the love of the human, which I thought was weird, but whatever.
I'll read it. Can I read that part? Okay. What Homer didn't know when he composed the Odyssey, something they now teach us in school, is that sirens don't just lure humans with their songs. They crave the human's love almost to the point of sickness. And so they seal them away to their island where there isn't any food or water to sustain mortal lives. My stomach twists into 1,000 knots, my chest so tight I can't breathe from the pain echoing in my heart. But Hades didn't choose me because he saw something special when we first met. The exact opposite, in fact. And Hades picked me because of what I'm not, which is lovable. And so
Yeah.
does this to go back to the beginning where some people were questioning whether the curse was real and validate the curse.
Yeah.
Yes.
So some people were wrong.
Still, that's different though. So, like you said, Katie said, like way back when, like, I don't think it's what you think it is.
Yeah.
Because still, all the arguments of like, okay, all of these people are doing things for her and protecting her in their own ways. They're just not getting close enough for maybe the actual love.
Yeah, it's like that last, like, she just pushed people away to where they couldn't get to be like best friends or anything. It's that last level of actually just that heartfelt love that she blocked from. I
The
agree with that.
curse still definitely confuses me. Well, we'll see what we find out or if we find anything out here, but the intricacies of it still confuse me just based on all the other things, right? Where like the boys are fawning over her but she didn't see any of that in any of her life. So it's interesting. Again, I think she put herself in a deeper hole. What would that line have been had she not lived her life? Like, it's not even worth trying because no one's going to love me.
Yeah, she made it just exponentially worse by assuming that nothing good could ever happen because she was quote unquote unlovable,
But also,
which I can't say I'd do anything different.
this point is more interesting because, okay, Hades picked you for this reason, which means he knew the whole time that this was the end.
And he is, and that's not surprising at all. He's very like slick. But, it's not surprising for him to have found out somebody's labor ahead of time. How did he, still not getting like how he knew to find Lyra? Because it couldn't have been
Right.
coincidence. And it was set up
I still go back to, I think he must be besties with one of the fates. Like he must have some kind of insight.
Wait,
or
it says that, doesn't it? He's like, I have a lady. I have a seeing person.
He does.
He has a seeing person.
That does come up shortly.
Because remember,
okay.
I think that's where he
Okay.
was. He disappeared part of it, and he ends up that he was the seeing person. He was seeing a seeing person. Okay, go for it.
Okay. So now everybody's gone. It's literally just her. And she can see the gate. Like, she can, as long as she's quiet and the siren can't figure out where she's at, she could just run right through. But in true Lyra fashion, she's like, oh, crap. Like, I can't just leave them. They're going to all die. They've all vamoosed over to the island. And knowing Zeus, like, he didn't say that you'll survive once the first person goes across. Like, that was never intended.
And she
And
has no qualms that like she's like the gods would they don't care. Like they're not gonna retrieve
yeah,
them from the sirens. They're all done. They're all doomed if I don't help them.
yeah. Because at that point, there's no loyalty. Like, this is the last kit and caboodle here. Like, they
They're
never
just
said they would
humans
be
to
loyal
them.
to them after they lost. Like,
And the gods are
if anything,
known
they'll
for
be
their
more wrathful.
pettiness.
Hmm.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Zeus.
So now there's a lot of back and forth in her head, like, okay, so let's think this all the way through, even though, again, my eyesight may change very shortly. And so her whole internal monologue, I was like, lady, let's go. But then she's starting to whittle it down and is like, oh, now it's all coming together. He knew this was going to happen. He chose me because I was unlovable. And he knew when he made the statement, like, how did he say it? Christy, I'm sure you know it. The sacrifices that you will have to make in this.
Mhm.
And so she's adding that to context. And she's like, he
It's kind of
definitely
like when he's
made me
giving her
hate
an
him.
out, right? He's giving her an out. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Mhm.
He made me hate him on purpose so that I could make this choice to, instead of win everything and make him the god of gods, he knew the only way for me to not sacrifice everybody was for me to truly hate him and think that he doesn't love me.
And
So, of course, that rebounds and she's like, oh my gosh, like, I knew it. I don't know if that's how you guys read it, but that's how I did.
Oh yeah,
And
she's
so,
like going through all the things now. Like, of course
yeah.
these didn't mean he didn't like me.
Yeah, like, of all the times for this to come up in your brain, which is probably pretty close to true, like, you always have the worst thoughts in the most inopportune time, like,
Yeah.
I do not have time for this. But so then she decides, I'm gonna use the pearls. She's got 4 of them, and lucky for all of them, she knows her Greek mythology really well and where this island is, because she has to think about where their home is. Like, could you imagine if you didn't know that? You just be like, I don't even, where do you even start?
she just gets dropped off somewhere random.
Yeah.
shit.
She's like,
This isn't where I'm trying
take
to
me to
go.
all the sirens. And it's like, well, I don't know if that's where they went.
Yeah.
So,
It's like Harry Potter and the flu powder.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Exactly.
Take an
Well,
alley. Wait, I had one more like Harry Potter. Wait, no, I'll bring it up in a second. It's not there yet. Make another connection.
don't make Hannah flag you.
It'll be quick.
So she takes the first pearl and she pops onto a rock over the ocean, which turns out to be the Isle of Sirens. And she's like, I don't know where everybody is, but she hears them singing and she follows the sound. Yes, Christy.
Anthamusa.
Huh?
And there's human bone. Anthamusa is the Isle of Sirens, and there are bleached human
Yes.
bones everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands.
Yes. All the dead suckers, they're all out there displayed, which is
At
really
least they
creepy.
died feeling loved.
She
Like,
describes the
what a
singing,
love.
a turmoil of singing, almost like listening to a pack of coyotes in a killing frenzy.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
what you would imagine would be lulling you like into this
Yeah.
like glamored stupor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's
For anyone that's never heard coyotes fight, it's not nice.
And they're howling.
Yeah. When she makes it to the amphitheater, she noted there's hundreds of them, so it's not just a handful. So I can
Yeah.
only imagine
She
like
has
how intense.
landed in the honeypot.
Yeah.
So she starts looking and she finds her friends. And she sees that 3 of them are essentially like on a stage, it felt like. It can't be.
Oh, with the leaders. Sorry, there are 5 leaders.
3
My
of
I was
them.
like, it can't be.
There are 5 leaders or something.
Yeah, Zai, Rima,
Yeah.
and Diego are there kneeling. Like,
Yes.
I love you.
Yeah. Really creepily. Like, it was really creepy.
They're
And so
arguing
she
over
kind
them.
of, she skirts around them and finds the hidey hole, essentially, of where all the rest of them are. Like, they don't really go into a whole lot of detail of how she discovers the exact path that she needs to take to find the dungeon that's not underground. And so she essentially like peeks her head through the window. I'm sure it's barred, and whistles and gets their attention and has them all link hands and have, who is it that sticks her hand through the window? Is it Jackie?
Jackie. Yeah, so Jackie,
Yeah.
because she whistles, so Jackie can hear her because she's not Glamour.
Yeah. Her
Yeah.
and Samuel were both alert.
Yeah, so she sticks her hand up to the window, and Lyra sticks her hand through the window, which is important because if it were the other way around, they would have been screwed. And she tells them to all hold hands, and she's about to stick Pearl, and here come more sirens, and she's like, crap. But she decides to just like freeze and hope they don't see her, which they don't because she's unlovable, so they can't see her. So her little arm just sticking out, like they never even noticed it, luckily. So she takes Pearl and she takes them back to the gate, which she said was like really horrible, like carrying all of them essentially.
Yeah.
And she tells them to hurry up and run through so that the sirens don't come back. Which, when she said that, I was like, man, that really sucks. She totally actually does deserve to win on this. And like, she's just like, hurry up before they come, because I only got so many pearls at the same time. Like, if they come back for you, you're kind of screwed. Like, I don't have any more to spare.
Yeah.
So then she takes another pearl and poofs right behind Zai. And does she pickpocket him?
Kind of. So this is where my other, real quick, my other favorite part is, you remember when Ron gets like poisoned or whatever with like a love spell?
The potion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
This is what I picture the champions being like right now.
Yeah. No, I totally.
Oh, I wish I would have pictured that. Instead of being creeped out, I would have giggled.
Yeah, Lyra's trying to be all sneaky and everything, and Sai's like, Lyra? Did you guys hear Lyra? Like, is she here? Kids, where is she? And so the sirens are like,
Yeah, like, what's going on?
something there.
We
And they're
did miss
much more
one.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like something's happening, but we can't see anything. So what is it?
So she pickpockets Zai for his gift that he had won at that one trial when she wasn't there, which is the poison antidote. And she slips it into his mouth and hopes for the best because, yeah, which again, I'm just going to throw back out there. Like, if this is an enchantment, how is the poison pill now freeing him? Like, I couldn't put those two together. Like, it's one or the other.
Maybe she just didn't explain it well. Like, that's how she remembers it as the poison stone.
Well,
She didn't even give it a
That's
name.
fair.
She does question, like, please, hopefully this works as a poison.
Yeah.
But it works.
It does work. And as soon as she slips it in his mouth, she has to whisper in his ear, like, hey, don't move. Like, whatever you do, freeze. And keep acting like you're a weirdo.
Yeah, look,
But I
Jason
also-
happy.
Yeah. Like, make it convincing, but don't let on that I'm here. And he's in the middle. So I need you to, like, grab each of their hands when I tell you, like, and don't let go. And what is it? Did you guys pick up on what it was that really alerted that one?
She said now. So, and now, like that one word sets her off. The siren coming our way suddenly screams and spreads her wings wide. The theater explodes into chaos. And as more sirens jump to their feet, at least he takes Rima and Diego's hands. So, like, at least he did that. We're good.
Yeah.
Saw the pearl. They're in the desert now.
So then, like, when I was reading that, I was like, my brain read that the siren snapped toward them, and then she said now, and I was like, well, what the hell happened?
It does.
She was prowling in their direction, girls. Yeah. She's
yeah.
I think she's like
Okay.
inspecting more because it's not like
She was suspicious when he was like, Lyra.
Yeah.
Like, she
says he suddenly gets to her feet and starts in their direction before she screams down.
Okay. So, poof, they're at the gate, and lo and behold, everybody is still standing there. Like, nobody has gone through the threshold of the last gate, and She's like, "What the hell, guys? Like, hurry up, let's go." And they're like, "No, we want you to go because we wouldn't be here without you. Like, you could have just left us and you should have won. Like, you deserve to win. You go first."
She's
And
like,
then
stop
someone has
messing
the,
around, guys. I can't save you again. I don't have any more
yeah,
pearls. What are you
yeah, like
doing, girls?
their higher processing is not working at that point. They're
Yeah.
all just like, "Oh, let's do the right thing." And it's like, guys, what is it? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Like,
By the way,
let's
she
just all
still
get
can
through this.
see. She can still see with the tears of Eos.
Yeah.
So they're
Like,
not that
again,
short-lived.
and so I don't know if this was all just super, super fast or if those tears lasted a whole lot longer than they let on that they would.
I do feel like it seems like it did go by very quickly.
Because
Otherwise,
my
they probably would
anxiety
have gotten.
was high through that whole part. Like, hurry up. Like, you've only got 2 seconds left. It's going to
Do you think
disappear.
it wouldn't have been dark where they were, though? Like on the isle.
Not
Nothing
on the
indicated it was dark
island.
there, but like coming back.
Yeah. So then she's like, "Oh, well, let's all go through together. We can all be winners." Okay. And who is it? Someone pushes her. Samuel.
Samuel says, yeah, you go first, and then he pushed her.
Yeah.
But with the added strength Zeus granted him, he didn't mean to. He like gave, he's like, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, like
That's right.
he did know his own strength.
I do remember giggling at the irony of Zeus did all of this, all of these rigmarole nonsense to try and get him to win. And he's the one that's like, "Nope, poop.
Yeah, he
Like,
pushed him.
you go, girl."
He didn't glamour hard enough.
Yeah.
Then everything
Okay.
disappears.
And then, yeah, now they're just in Death Valley and no one's there to greet them. And they're like, "What's going on?" It's kind of like pathetic for, I was thinking, like, is it because she won?
She notices that the labor's over, but she says, "So who's going to come?" And then she knows two of her bone soldiers are still standing, which
Yes.
indicates there is still someone to defeat,
There's a
someone to
threat.
protect them from.
There is a monster that is lurking. And so she, all of a sudden, she feels a hot breath on her neck. Guys, when she turned around, I was so sad that it was Cerberus.
I wonder if like that was like a late ad, right? Because did he say there were 3 gates and they had to get through all 3 of them and it would be done? And it's not done, right? 1, 2,
So
3.
it's not. So now remember, so the daemons aren't there. None of the gods are there. We don't know why necessarily yet, but just because the labor is done, and that doesn't mean the rest of the shenanigans can't, unfurl.
Yeah.
Because, and also now that it's over, technically the gods could, the rules are all off from what I would think. Like, the
But I
labor's
mean, he
complete.
was the first person through the 3rd gate. So technically,
Yeah.
like no matter what, Lyra just won. That's all I see.
Yeah. Man, it just zoomed all the way up to the top of my notes.
Anyways, the
Okay.
trio of growls.
Yeah. So, lo and behold, Cerberus is there, and he has the same black, soulless, creepo eyes as the Minotaur did. And I think it said that the Kraken did as well. So,
Yeah, different had eyes. I think that was unclear. But if it did have eyes.
yeah, if you weren't agreeing with our conspiracy prior to, I hope you are now. Because, Cerberus was not creepo before.
No.
And Sir, the head Sir, is saying, "Kill the mortal." And that's,
Which is
that's just sad.
well, it also kind of ties back into Dex being when he was glamored because he was like, kill whatever
Yeah.
he was saying.
Like, he was feeding into that,
he's
the crowd, and he's
kill.
like, kill her. Yeah. So she realizes, no, this is definitely not, they are not evil or whatever. They've definitely been enchanted. And in that moment, Cerberus starts charging Lyra. She's freaking out because she already knows. She already saw the bone soldiers, and she knows exactly what's about to happen. Those bone soldiers are about to attack Cerberus. And before she can do anything about it, one of them stabs Cerberus somehow. Was it? I pictured looks like a bow and arrow, but like the big one.
Yeah, let's see.
The thing that they throw, like a javelin type thing.
Yeah. Okay, when Cerberus is chasing her and she's like, Cerberus, don't do it. It's me, Lyra. It's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't sad. Because they're
Yeah.
buddies.
Honestly, I kind of sped read and like glanced over it because I'm like, nope, no, I don't want to watch this. Don't want to watch this. Like the whole part,
Mm-hmm.
especially when she's like, oh my God, no, the bone soldiers. And I was like, dang it, they're going to kill him.
The word for bow and arrow that's really big, they look for a spear. As soon as I saw the bone skeleton through a spear,
Yeah.
with the bone. Oh,
Look,
Ashley.
it's not in the notes listed out here, and I couldn't remember what it was. I got really close with javelin, and I mean, we got there, guys.
Yeah,
We
we
got
did.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cerberus is, stuck with this spear, and all of a sudden, it's like the enchantment breaks, and his voice is normal now, but he is very clearly dying. Like, no two roads about that one. And
Do you think that
he
injury
tells
is what
Lyra,
knocked him out of the glamour?
the what?
It doesn't really explain why he comes to, right? Why he becomes lucid. So
Mm-mm.
maybe the injury.
I would
Maybe.
assume because he's dying, like,
Yeah.
his life force, like maybe the enchantment like feeds off of that somehow.
And
Well, and remember going back to Dex as well, like he snapped out of it at one point and then it happened again. So there's like some trigger.
I
Yeah.
believe that.
Maybe it's the high emotional state too. Because when Dex jumped out, it was when he killed her and realized like
Mhm.
what just
Yeah.
happened.
It's like a
And
shock
then it
to
like
the
kind of
system.
sucked him back. Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. I just said that and then I fluffed myself up like a shock to the system. It
Yeah.
brings you to. And so like Dex's went away quickly because it
Yeah.
overpowered, but his
Yeah.
system is staying shocked.
I mean, it's kind of like when you're drunk and something happens and you're like, oh crap. And then all
You
of a sudden
sober
you're
up real
just like
quick.
sober.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but at least you feel sober. So Lyra asked, like, what can I do? Like, what can I do? How can I help? And he said the only thing that will fix him is the river Styx. And for those of you that were not counting, she only used 3 pearls earlier, which means she has 1 remaining and 1 only.
Wait, how did she only use 3 though? Oh, she had 4. Wait, no. Did she have 5? 1, 2, 3.
Maybe she had.
Maybe she did have 5.
How many did she
I
start
thought she
with?
had
Maybe she like realized she had another
6. I
Maybe
think
she
she
started. Like,
started
he's
with
only using
6.
one. So then,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think she started with
I don't know
6.
that she ever called out she only had a certain amount of pearls left. If she started with
I
6,
could have
she would have had
sworn
5.
it said she had 4.
She said at the end
4
of
soldiers.
the chapter, it's coming up
Maybe.
with this one doesn't take long, but it's going to involve at least 2 more pearls if everything goes perfectly, exactly the number of pearls I have left. So let's see if Abigail made a mistake or if we're missing something. Let's see. Okay, good.
Yeah, my whole brain just went.
I rolled my last pearl between my fingers. How did she only use 1? Oh, sorry.
That's damn.
Abigail?
Yeah, because she definitely had to use a pearl to get there. First trip back, second trip 2, second trip back.
She would have
That's
had to
4.
have 4 for that one. And then she used the one, the last labor. I think she started with 6.
Maybe she said it was gonna take 4 pearls. No, there's no way she would know that they were split. You guys math that math.
Does she say 4 pearls?
I'm looking. Okay, so she says that she slipped her fingers into a zipper pocket and bring out one of my pearls. And then she says
She does
she swallowed that one.
pearls.
Okay,
But
so she didn't count them before she took the first one.
Samuel.
Okay, so maybe when she says she has 2 more.
Yeah, because then she says, I set 1 pearl on my tongue and get 2 more ready in my hand, then swallow. After she said, it's going to involve at least 2 more pearls, exactly the number of pearls I have left.
What page is that?
443.
So when she says that, where is she physically?
That's where she's talking to Samuel. So she says, I have 2 left. She's talking
Who's
to
there?
Samuel. And then she says, 1 pearl and 2 left. I think maybe
When
it's
she dropped off the big group?
the first.
Sorry for
maybe
the
it was
delay
the
here. We
first
have
one.
to figure this out. Okay.
I was gonna let you guys do it because I thought it would be quick, but I shall help now.
What's weird is that she says on page 41, she says it's going to involve at least 2 more pearls if everything goes perfectly. Exactly the number of pearls I have left.
481?
And she uses one on page. Oh,
43.
wait. Okay. Has she already brought them back?
At 43, she has 3. So after she says she has 2, she says on 483, I set 1 pearl on my tongue and get 2 more ready in my hand, then swallow.
Abigail made a mistake, right? Because right before that, she said, it's going to involve at least 2 more pearls, which is all I have left. And then she had 3. Unless she was saying it's all I have left after this situation.
That's the only thing I'm thinking.
Okay.
It definitely should have been
I guess we
worded.
just have to go with that.
Yeah.
We're just gonna,
Yeah. So you know
Okay.
what? After this, we will conduct a book review on how many pearls she started with and every time she licked
Yeah.
one.
We
And
could
then we'll
probably-
bring that up at the beginning of the next book.
You can probably Google search AI it. When did
Google
Lyra
wouldn't
use
even
all
give
the
me a
pearls?
proper list of champions and the gods that they were with. So
They've not feeding
I don't
AI.
have a lot of faith.
I think that exactly the number of pearls I have left is just the confusing part because I'm pretty positive it was 6 pearls to start with and she's only used 1.
Yeah, I can't think of when she's used the other one.
When the
No.
epi
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, I remember the first one,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
I can't think of her using another one.
What do you mean?
Because she got in so much trouble for it. So she used the first one, right?
Yeah. She's only used
And
once.
I can't think of her using another one until this situation because she got in so
Right.
much trouble for that. And then she
Right,
used
so
4,
she's-
so she should have 1 left.
She does have 1
It's
left.
just that wording was weird. Yeah. And so, like, if you look at it that way, it tracks, but it's just the wording is weird and confusing.
Yeah. But like I said, like
So
that's only 1 page over that she kind of corrects that she has 3. So
Maybe I took it out of context. So.
mysteries of Greek mythology.
Hey, Ashley, what
Yeah.
happens after Cerberus says that only those sticks can fix him?
Zeus poofs, and all of a sudden Zeus is there.